Hey folks, we have the 2003 Cadillac CTS and we have to do a tie rod end in it. I'll show you why. First, let's get her jacked up. Alright. There's a jack point right underneath here. So I'm just going to get it up, get that tire off the ground. We don't have to go too high with it. I'll put the jack stand under there for safety. I'm leaving the weight supported on my jack, but the jack stands underneath there in case it wants to let go. I got you zoomed in on this knuckle here. I want to see if I can show you the play in it. See if I can get you in a little better location. Let's see. Let's see if I can show you. I don't know if you were able to see that, but there's just a little bit of play in it. Needs to be replaced. So that's what we're working on. Alright, first thing we have to do is get this tire off. Get these beauty covers off, the lug nuts. Now we got to get the nut off this stud and loosen up that ball joint. I moved the wheel over this way so you can get a better look at it. One thing I'm going to do is I made this little piece of wire as a measuring device. I'm going to put it on here. And we're going to make a mark on the inner tie rod end. So hopefully we don't have to get it aligned. I'm using my scribe to do that with. Let me show you what we have. Hopefully you can see that. There's a mark right here that I made. That's going to help me to keep this aligned. Hopefully I won't need an alignment when I get done. So this nut's 18 millimeter. I don't have an 18 millimeter impact socket, so I'm going to be using my chrome one. I know that's kind of a no-no, but got to do what I got to do. Luckily that came off pretty easy. I'm going to loosen up this nut before I break it free from the knuckle. Whew. Glad I didn't smack my hand on the ground. Now, since we are replacing it, I could try smacking the top of this, see if it will come loose. And it did. If it didn't, you could use something like this. I call it a pickle fork. You put it in there, but it tears the hell out of the rubber gasket. So if this was something where you're going to reuse this, you wouldn't want to be using this tool. I'll get the old one threaded off, and we'll go get our new one. I've got my new tie rod end. It's a Moog. This used to be one of the best brands you could buy. I don't know if it still is. I guess you could tell me your experience in the comments. Let me know if it's still the best or if it's just okay. What this is that you don't see much anymore is a grease valve. There's very few of them with grease valves anymore. But we got to make sure and insert that. I'm going to do it now because it'll be easier than when it's put on. You got to thread that in there. Make sure you don't snap it off by going too hard. That's good enough. That's installed. Now we can get this threaded on there. Some people say you can count the number of threads to the end and align it that way, but that only works if you're buying the exact same part and it's machined the exact same way. I don't think the tolerances are that hot or that close where it would work. I think the method I used, where I put the line up here with my awl, is probably your best bet. This one comes with a castle nut. The other one was just like a washer nut, I would call it. Looking, that's going in there. It's on there, snugged up pretty good. I don't want to go any tighter, I'd probably snap it off. So we'll put our cotter pin in there. Get our pliers on it. Cut the backside a little shorter and then we'll bend that down. So it's all set. Now we'll try and get this aligned to the groove we made back there. I think you can see it right there. So we'll get this on that nut. I'll tell you what, that's looking pretty good right there. I might just go in just a hair. Get my wrench on it back here. Right about there will do it. See if we can get that snugged up. I'll bring you out this way. Pretty good. Now you want to make sure you grease this up now, because once you put the tire on you won't be able to do it. So you'll see this getting a little filled with grease as I pump it in there. It's slowly going to fill up. Yeah, it's full. You don't want to go much more than that, because then it's just going to be oozing out all over the place, making a mess. Now we can put our tire on. You want to get the lug nuts started by hand, because you don't want to get them cross-threaded. You bring over this way. Get all these started. I've got that set on the lowest setting. It's doing about maybe 85, 90 foot-pounds. I'm going to come back with my torque wrench, torque them all to 100. I'll let her off the jack. Get the weight back on the tire. Get these torqued down. usually go around twice just to make sure I didn't forget anything. I'll screw the little beauty caps back on. And we'll take her for a little test drive, see how straight it's driving. See if my method with that piece of wire worked or whether it was a waste of time. Okay, I'm on the straightaway near my house, and I'll tell you what, I think this alignment's still pretty good. It doesn't seem to be doing any heavy pulling. It's tracking pretty straight. I'm happy with it. I don't think I'll be getting any excessive tire wear with that method. So that's how you do it. It only took me 16-17 minutes for the whole job, and it seems to be working great. Have a good day, folks.